Welcome to our Student Highlight Series. This program is a fireside chat where we invite you to slow down, listen deeply, and get to know the incredible students and leaders who are shaping the future of Native agriculture. Today, we're sharing Peyton McMillan's story and how she got started in agriculture, from riding the combine tractor in her youth to seeking out sustainable ways to grow her family's operations. Peyton strives to bring back her knowledge for the benefit of her entire community. We hope you enjoy hearing about her journey and learning more about TAF along the way. But first, I'll pass it over to Peyton to introduce herself.
My name is Peyton McMillan. I'm a member of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina. I'm currently getting my master's degree at North Carolina State University in crop sciences.
To get us started, would you talk about your community, what they're like, and how you got started in agriculture?
My community, it's very spread out. So it's over a couple of large counties in North Carolina, but somehow it's still very tight knit within each other. So we can go 3 or 4 hours up the road to like Raleigh or to the mountains, and all we got to do is talk. And another Lumbee can be like, "Oh yeah, you're from around the house." Like, who's your people? So I feel like our community is it's very spread out, and we have Lumbee members all over the place. But somehow, we're always kind of centered at home. And I grew up on a farm, and ever since then, I've kind of just always been in love with it. So I kind of always knew that would be the path of agriculture. I was very young starting in it, and just kind of solidified everything for me.
Do you have a favorite memory in agriculture as you were growing up?
Yes, I remember one of my favorite things was when I was little, when in the fall, when we would harvest our corn for the row crop, they would let me climb into the combine, the big combine tractor, and I was able to sit with the driver, and I got to watch them as they plowed down the corn. And then there's this big window behind you, so you get to watch as you're plowing down the corn, and then you get to watch as the corn is falling into the back of the combine. And that's a core memory for me. That's one of the main things. I always talk about it in all of my essays. I feel like that's really what solidified it, was every fall being able to get out there and enjoy that. And then also, like in the springtime, plowing up fresh dirt for gardens. I loved the way fresh dirt smelled, and I loved the way it felt in between my toes. So those are my core memories as a kid when it comes to agriculture and just growing up on a farm.
So, when were you first introduced to sustainable agriculture?
I would have to say high school, probably around 2016. So my brother, we started a hydroponic greenhouse, and that was kind of his main drive. Was we had always done row crop here on the farm, and he kind of just realized we took a little plot, and it was a sandy plot, so it really didn't take out of our acreages as far as like our yield for our corn. But it was kind of in his head, it was thinking more of, we gotta change the way that we're growing our food. We can't keep growing the same amount of yield on the same amount of acres. Whereas you can use like a greenhouse and you can grow so much more in such a smaller amount of space, if that makes sense. And then with sustainability as a whole, we only have so much land left, and our population is just getting larger. So we have to learn how to be able to twist and turn with our innovations in agriculture to make sure that we're able to feed the people, basically, and keep everyone sustained.
So, with that background, could you go more into your educational journey and what that was like?
So in college, well, in high school, I started out in FFA, and that was another thing that kind of introduced me to agriculture and education together. And that's what really brought into my attention of, oh, so I can do this as like a career instead of just, a hobby on the outside. And then in college, when I went to NC State, I kind of always had it in my mind I was going to go to NC State. I knew I wanted, after that FFA experience, I knew I wanted to go to NC State. I knew I wanted to do agriculture. So I got into NC State, and then I kind of just threw myself into everything. I was in Sigma Alpha, which is a professional agricultural sorority. So I was able to be with a lot of other girls at NC State that had the common interest in agriculture, and kind of just learn from different girls across the state, which is pretty interesting. I was in the Native American, the NASA, the Native American Society, and that was really cool to be able to connect. Because again, we're in Raleigh, which is like I never experienced anything negative, but it's kind of cool to go back and have your own little community on campus of Native American people, whether that's in agriculture or not, just to have your own community. And then I also got to join in AFA, which is Agriculture Future of America, which is a really good opportunity for students in college because it's basically like a big job fair, and it's great for internships and things because they send you places and you don't have to pay for anything. And you're meeting all these kids from across the country, and kind of you're just doing a lot of networking with these students. But throughout all of that, you're talking to them, and they're telling you what they've done, and you're getting ideas of that's something I could be interested in, And then also you're talking to all of these different companies and giving everybody a resume. And then on top of that, I had a couple of internships every summer, so I was able to work through at the NC State Extension Office, and then I did 2 summers working with Corteva AgriScience, which was a pretty good experience for me, which solidified my experience in agronomy as a whole. So I've been done a lot of things in educational journey so far.
And last but not least, what is TAF in your eyes? What impact has it had on your life so far?
So TAF is basically an opportunity for Native American students that are interested in agriculture or similar studies. It allows us to further our education with financial support and peer support, basically, because we do our retreats and we do a lot of. TAF is a really big. I feel it. It's a really big family. It allows you to connect with other Native American students that are also interested in agriculture from across the whole country, which is just great because I've connected with a lot of agriculture students, but a lot of times when you're in those big environments of all of these ag students, you don't see many Native American students. So being able to go into a smaller community of just Native American students who are also interested in agriculture is just another little cherry on the pie, which is just makes you feel like a really big community, big family. And I would definitely say without TAF, I don't think I would have went on to get my master's degree. At the moment, I think I would have went ahead and went and got a job and kind of hoped that I could fund my master's degree at some point through my job. So with TAF, I was able to go straight from undergrad and go right into my master's. And I feel like that was the biggest help for me was that I would be able to focus on my education to further it.
Peyton's story is a powerful reminder that the future of agriculture is deeply rooted in the wisdom of the past. Through her work at North Carolina State University and her connection with the Tribal Agriculture Fellowship, she's not only gaining knowledge, but she's building pathways that will sustain her community for generations. Before we close, I just want to stress that sustainable agriculture isn't just about finding better farming techniques. It's about building resilience, enhancing sovereignty, and fostering the connection between the land, culture, and community. By revitalizing these practices and strengthening networks of Native agriculturalists, leaders like Peyton are helping ensure that future generations can grow their own food, support their communities, and thrive on their own terms. Thank you for joining us. If you liked hearing Peyton's story, please give us a like and tell us how we're doing in the comment section below. If you want to hear more about our fellows, go ahead and subscribe. You can also learn more about TAF programming and our fellows by visiting us on our website at taffellows.org.